everybody, and welcome to my channel. Today I want to wish you all a happy Easter and a happy Passover if you are celebrating. So today we are doing a reading on what is next for you in your love life. And of course, if you like my content, please subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. And what I'm going to ask you to do is take a minute just to decompress and look within and take a few breaths and think about your intention for this reading. Please select one of the three piles. Here we have group 1 with the Amethyst, group 2 with the Rose Quartz, and group 3 with the Natural Quartz. So please pick your group and then find your timestamp in the description below. And as a quick bonus for you guys, I have also decided to pull some energy oracle cards today. So fast forward to the end as well, to the outro, and you'll get some additional clarifying cards for your reading. All right, guys, let's get started. Okay, group 1. So I've picked 4 cards for you guys, and I'm going to go over them quickly now so you can find out what's next for you in your love life. So here we have the 4 of Wands, the 2 of Cups, the 9 of Swords, and the 10 of Swords. So let's go through these quickly. So the first card is the 4 of Wands. The 4 of Wands is a very happy card to get in relationships. So it signifies partnership, commitment, and this place of celebration and bliss. So you'll just be feeling totally in bliss. So if you're currently in a relationship, it seems like the odds are pretty good that for a few weeks or months, you'll be quite happy with this person and things will be really good. And you'll even be thinking about deeper commitments, like having them in your life for a long time. We also have the 2 of Cups. And the 2 of Cups is all about partnerships. So really feeling like you want to solidify this relationship that you have with this person. So might even be thinking about taking it to the next level, like engagement, marriage, that kind of thing. If you have just started going out with them, then it seems like you're going to like what you see and you're going to feel like you have this strong bond together, which is awesome. We also have the 9 of Swords. You see here, the 9 of Swords is about feeling a bit lost and unsure of what's going on. And with this card does come some kind of mental anguish. So you might be feeling like you don't know everything that's happening and you want more information. You might even have suspicions that your partner is not sharing everything that they need to share. So if you are having these feelings, it's very important that you speak to them openly, honestly, and try and understand where this is coming from so that you can get back to this place of, being truly happy together. The 10 of Swords is also a bit of a difficult card. So like swords, the energy of swords is very sharp and it can be quite anxiety provoking and it can be quite strong. So it might mean arguments are shared between the two of you or some kind of harsh words are shared. It also, unfortunately, but I'm always honest, is the card of endings. So it might mean that, you were very happy with this person and this might not go on forever. But that's okay, and we're going to get some more clarification on this, so don't be too scared or too upset from hearing that. More often than not, it's just an argument or a situation that you guys need to work through together and realize that it's not beneficial to come from a place of upset or attacking the other person. Relationships are not about being attacked. Rather, you guys need to just be open and honest and respect each other's opinions. So that's what you have to learn from this card. So group 1, I'm going to pull some clarifying cards for you guys right now so we can get some additional insight on this reading. Okay, group 1, so I picked some clarifying cards for you guys. So here we have Strength, the 2 of Pentacles, the King of Cups, and the 6 of Swords. So I'm going to quickly go through these and talk about how these clarify the cards that we just pulled for you. So the first card is Strength. And Strength is a really good card to get in conjunction with some of the other things I was mentioning just now. Strength is all about taking the time to just stay strong. I know it sounds obvious, but you're staying true to yourself. You're staying true to your goals. You're staying balanced in a time that can feel a little bit hard. So it seems like you have a good partnership with the person that you're with, or that someone could come into your life and you feel that this person has some, good indication for the future that you might actually, have a longer term relationship with this person. But it doesn't mean that everything is perfect. And so strength is a good card to get because it's a very healing card. It means that as things ebb and flow in your relationship and as things come up, you will be willing to get through them and have a logical head and a calm mind. Next, we picked the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is interesting in context with the Two of Cups because this is all about partnership. The Two of Pentacles normally means that you need to pay a little bit closer attention to your relationship. And it's possible that up until this point, you've kind of been deprioritizing it or putting it on the back burner. And so at this time, you'll want to actually make your relationship a main focus in your life. So this card often comes up when people are feeling a little bit like bored or in a rut with their relationship and their partnership. So now is a good time to start a new hobby together, or just show your partner that you love them by, maybe like cooking them breakfast or offering to make them a tea. I mean, even these small acts of kindness are really good and show your partner that you really care about them. So it seems that with some of this energy, there's some energy in your relationship that's a little bit stagnant. And what you're going to want to do is shake it up and make it a little bit more exciting. So make sure that things don't get too stale and too dry. I know that we're in a difficult time in the world right now with the quarantine and staying at home and everything. But what I would really encourage you to do is just take this time to center yourself and ground yourself and connect with your partner again, because you guys are together. You're fighting this battle together, whatever that battle is. Just being in the world right now can feel quite difficult, and you're in it together. So definitely shake things up a little bit. Next, we have the King of Cups. And the King of Cups is a good card to get with the Nine of Swords, because the Nine of Swords, as I mentioned, can be a little bit hard. Like, it seems like there might be some hard words that are exchanged. But the King of Cups means that you're willing to go through it in a way that is, again, grounded and logical. It's possible that you guys are getting into arguments or fights maybe because you're together too much. So with the King of Cups, it just means like keep a calm mind, stay strong, kind of like this strength card as well, and you'll come out victorious and things will be okay in the end. Next, we have the Six of Swords. And unlike the other sword cards, the Six of Swords is representative of a journey. So it is a turning point and it is a new journey that you'll be going on. So that can mean a number of things. It can mean that you've gone through a breakup and that you are on your path to healing, and this is a really good card for healing. It can also mean that, there have been some harsh words exchanged between you and your partner, but you are on a path where you feel like you're ready to heal, whether that's with them or alone. That's up to you. The Six of Swords means that you've been on what felt like a difficult road and things are shifting and changing for you so that you can finally see the light and you're going forwards, you're moving ahead. So that's a really good thing about the Six of Swords. It means that you're on a new path and this path is a promising path for you. So group one, what I would say is that seems like you and your partner do have a strong relationship. You have a strong partnership. You do need to breathe some new life into your relationship, put a little bit more effort into it. Yeah, you guys might be getting into some fights and might ignore each other, and it's up to you and your partner what is the result of those outcomes in that fight. But what I would say is it seems like you stay calm and logical throughout. So definitely don't let anger or anxiety get the best of you. Instead, stay calm, stay logical. And if you do that, then you'll have this new path. Group one, just stay calm. I know it's hard in these times, but I really trust you to do it. And I know that you'll do a great job. Make sure to meditate, take some time to yourself, because that's going to be really important as well in order to give the most back to your partner. So group one, I will leave you with lots of love. Thank you. Okay, group two. So let's figure out what your love life holds in store for you next. So I've picked 4 cards for you guys, and here we have the Ace of Swords, the Four of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and the Five of Pentacles. So I'll go through these one by one. So the first card is the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is all about speaking your mind. So if you're not currently saying everything that's on your mind in your relationship, then you're going to want to start being very honest and very upfront. Usually, this is a good card for relationships, and this shows that there is something promising in your future. But you'll only get that promising thing if you make sure that you're being authentic and being true and really saying what is on your mind, whether it sounds great or sounds offensive. It doesn't really matter. The truth about this card is it's saying you need to be your genuine, authentic self, and that person needs to know all of that, and there's no need to try and hide anything. So if you've been kind of holding back something, then now is the time to definitely say it and say it up front, because it's very important that you and the person are on the same page. The next card is the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups has very different meanings if you are single versus in a relationship. So let's start with the single crew. If you guys are single, the Four of Cups is a great sign because it usually means that there's someone out there who's actually very interested in you. And this person might be someone who you weren't really expecting that they're interested in you. Like, it could literally be the guy who you see at your local restaurant, or the guy who you've worked on a few projects with and, haven't really thought much of it. So definitely be on the lookout for those people who are in your life or kind of cross your path somehow. And you might think, oh yeah, he's cute, but not really do anything much with it. So the Four of Cups is definitely meaning that there's something there for you, and there may be a new relationship coming into your future. Now, if you're in a relationship, the Four of Cups means that there is some kind of stagnated energy. So it's possible that your relationship doesn't feel very exciting right now, or you need to kind of change things up and add some new life into the relationship. So that just takes some effort on your part and your partner's part. Now, one thing that might feel very frustrating is that with this card, sometimes it feels like you're trying really hard and the other person just isn't receptive. So you might have tried a bunch of stuff, like maybe you're cooking your partner a lot of nice dinners, or you're trying to do nice stuff for them, and it feels annoying because it feels like they're not really taking you up on it. So this could just be a difficult time in the relationship. It can be a hard period, but just coast through it, go through it. Don't give up hope yet, but do be aware that it might just feel like you're kind of hitting a wall a little bit for a while. Next, we have the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is a very different energy if you were in the couple group over here. The Knight of Cups is all about someone who kind of comes and sweeps you off your feet and is like your knight in shining armor. So it is very possible that this is a signifier that you have breathed new life into your relationship, or if you're single, that this person is out there and that they've kind of made the next move. So they've asked you out on a date, or maybe they've asked you to be their girlfriend or whatever. So that's pretty exciting, and it seems like you're going to have some kind of exciting energy coming up for you where you'll feel quite special and quite cared for. So this is a good card. The one thing to say about this card is that this might just be a fling if you are single. So this is a very attractive person, very handsome person, very charming. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's forever. So just kind of keep that in mind, that, you'll probably have fun with this person, but it might not be like a long-term lasting relationship. Next, we have the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is a difficult card. And so it seems like if I were to trace this story, you've shared everything that you need to. You might be in a stagnated place if you're in a relationship, or you get into a new relationship. You have this period of time where it seems like, yes, things are better. And then after that, things kind of drop again. And we'll get some more clarifying cards on this, so I don't want you to lose hope. Definitely keep listening. Five of Pentacles is about feeling a little bit lost, and feeling like the other person isn't really hearing you properly. So you might feel kind of left out in the cold. It seems like this was quite a sudden shift anyways, but it is possible that you do struggle a little bit and have a period of time where you feel like a little bit alone. What I would say is just push through. It does seem hard, but it's not the end for you. Things are going to get better. Just keep going through it and know that whatever it is that you're going through, this is a soul level thing. So you have to go through this. This is in your soul path. This is something that you have to encounter and you have to face. So even if this does feel like a difficult time for you, it will pass, and just remember that. So now group 2, I'm going to pull some clarifying cards for you guys, and we'll just get a little bit more additional insight on this reading. Okay, group 2, so I picked some clarifying cards for you guys, and they're just going to give us a little bit more additional insight on your reading. So here we have the Six of Wands, the Star, the Queen of Swords, and the Six of Pentacles. So I'll go through these quickly and talk about how these give us some additional information. So the first card is the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is an awesome card to get, especially with the Ace of Swords, because what it symbolizes is that you're finally at this place of winning. Like, you have been fighting for something for a long time, but now, because of sharing your voice and because of expressing yourself clearly, you have gotten a good outcome and you are in a good place. So I want to clarify that what this means is you've gotten the outcome that is right for you. So sometimes you share your voice and it does shake things up a little bit and it maybe creates some anger between people. But the thing is, whatever came from that was meant to happen, and that was something that you brought into the world, and that was something that was meant to be. So it doesn't necessarily mean that, you're going to get married tomorrow and everything's perfect. But what it does mean is that you are on the path to winning and success and fulfillment. And it was very important for you to share your voice. So again, if you are holding something back, now is the time to share it. Now is the time to be open and honest with your partner, your love interest, your crush, whoever it is. It's very, very important that you do that. Next, we have the Star. And the Star, when I pulled this card, I was like, oh my gosh, this makes perfect sense. Because if you are single, then the Star has almost the exact same interpretation with the Four of Cups. It means that there's a light above you, like you are ready and willing to open up. There's someone in your future who has maybe been waiting for you for a while, and now is the time to really take the opportunity and seize that relationship. Now, if you are in a relationship, the Star is a beautiful card because it symbolizes new beginnings and it symbolizes some kind of restoration. So I mentioned before that the energy might be feeling a bit stagnant and you might be feeling kind of annoyed or lost or not really sure what to do. But the Star symbolizes that there will be some kind of renewal and that there is hope. So group 2, always remember to keep hope. I know that it can be hard sometimes, but it's very important that you just push through, keep doing what you're doing, keep being logical, and you're going to do great. Next, we have the Queen of Swords. So this is a funny card to get with the Knight of Cups because the Queen of Swords is a lady who is not going to take any BS. She is extremely smart. She knows exactly what she needs. She has a very logical mind, so she uses her head more than her heart. And with the Knight of Cups, I mentioned that the energy might come in and this guy might seem very charming and kind of sweep you off your feet. So definitely enjoy that, but it seems like because you have the Queen of Swords energy, you will enjoy that, but you'll also take it with a grain of salt. So if he's not telling you everything, you're going to see right through it. If there are difficult conversations to be had, you are going to use your voice and you're also going to make him own up to that. So it kind of feels a little bit like for the guy or the partner, a bit of a like slap on the wrist kind of energy. But for you, it's a good thing. It's good that you're staying logical, you're staying level-headed, you're not letting things kind of get in your way. So I would applaud you and I would say just keep doing what you're doing. You go, girl. Next, we have the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles is a really nice card, actually. So it's a card of giving and sharing. So I mentioned that the Five of Pentacles, you might be feeling a little bit lost, a little bit out in the cold, There might have been some kind of weird separation between you and your partner that makes you feel isolated. The Six of Pentacles is going to soften this a little bit because it's a card of giving people chances and sharing. As I said, it's a very sharing energy. So even if it might feel like there's a lot of pain and suffering at this time, it's not going to last forever. Like I said, just keep going on. Keep staying logical, and also be willing to share if the other person deserves it. The other person might also be sharing with you. So definitely use your logic and use that ability to make sure that you're being fair to them, they're being fair to you, and that you're actually being grateful for everything that is being given and received. I would say that in total, this reading ends on like quite a nice note. It does seem like there are some things that just need to be put out on the table that maybe you're holding back, or some truths that need to be shown and shown the light between you and your partner. But the energy is good in that things have shifted into quite a nice way. You know, it seems like there's going to be some new beginnings, there's going to be some restoration there. You're going to use your logic. You know, not everything is necessarily perfect, but you're able to cut through superfluous ideas or thoughts or feelings, and you're able to see the truth, which is good. And there will be a period of time when you feel like you're suffering a little bit or not really sure why the person acted the way they did. But in the end, you know, you will be able to share and potentially forgive, you know, if there was that situation. This also can mean that there is someone who comes into your life who is very giving with you. So it doesn't necessarily have to be the same person. It could be someone new. But just know that you're going to a place of giving and receiving, which is a much nicer energy for sure. So group 2, I wish you guys all the best. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Okay, group 3. So let's see what your love life holds in store for you guys next. So I picked 4 cards for you, and here we have the 7 of Wands, Judgment, the Devil, and the 8 of Wands. So I'll go through these one by one. The first card is the 7 of Wands. The 7 of Wands can feel like you've been putting out a lot of effort. So it might feel like you've been struggling a lot, or you've been at this place where you're fighting. And the good thing about the 7 of Wands is it just feels like you're fighting for something that you believe in. So maybe you're fighting to have your partner, or you're fighting to keep the relationship afloat. Whatever it is, you are fighting for it because you believe that in the end it will be worth it. And so it means that you have a lot of perseverance. Next is Judgment. And Judgment, it's like the day of reckoning. So what you've been putting out, you will get back. If you've been putting good things out there, then you'll get good things back. If you've been putting bad things out there, you're going to get bad things back. That's just how it works. Whatever is meant to be is going to be, and it's all based on your own karmic energy. So I would really focus on being a good person, a fair person, loyal person, committed person, all of the above, because all of that is going to dictate the outcome. Just remember to look within during this time. Focus more on yourself than on the other person. And I would say if you're focused on being a good person yourself and reacting fairly to the other person, good things will come to you. The next card is the Devil. The Devil can look a little bit scary. And what this card usually means is that there's some kind of deception happening. It can feel a little bit like you don't know the full story of what's going on. And by the way, this can be you or your partner. If you feel that your partner isn't being honest with you, then definitely confront them. Don't just let it be. Make sure that you guys are honest with each other. I mean, it's the only way to tell what's going to happen in the future. Next, we have the 8 of Wands. The 8 of Wands is a very different energy. So all of this stuff has seemed a little bit hard and a little bit like, oh, I don't want to deal with that. The 8 of Wands symbolizes a change. So things are going to change suddenly. They're going to come out of nowhere, and it's going to be a surprise. And the second that this happens, your life is on a new course and a new track, and it's going to happen like overnight. Again, this does depend on your karmic energy, what you're putting out there, but it means that things are going to happen fast. So what I would say is if you're watching this, just brace yourself, because something's going to happen. You're going to have to react to it. It could be bad or good, but it is going to change your life and the path that you're on forever. So let's pull some clarifying cards so that we can get some additional insight on this and this change. Okay, group three, so I picked some clarifying cards for you guys, and they're just going to give you a little bit more additional insight into what I just shared with you. So here we have the Four of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands, the Two of Swords, and the Hermit. So let's go through these one by one. So the first one is the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles symbolizes clinging on to something or somebody. So here we see that you've been fighting for this person or this relationship, whatever it is. And with the Four of Pentacles, it means that you're not willing to give up. You're willing to fight. You feel that this is the right thing to do, and you're going to hang on to that. Now, it can mean that you're being a little bit too clingy or a little bit too possessive. So you're going to want to watch that. You're going to want to make sure that that's not a barrier to have a good relationship between you and the other person. But regardless, what it means is that you kind of have your eyes and your mind set on something and that you want to fight for it. The Nine of Wands is the next card I pulled for you guys. And the Nine of Wands is all about resilience. So it's about being ready to go for it. You're ready to fight regardless of what's going to happen. So with Judgment, it seems like depending on how you act, positive or negative, there might be some kind of awakening day or reckoning day, so to speak, and things might change based on your actions. With the Nine of Wands, it's like even if things are good or bad, you're willing to go through that, and even if things are rocky, you're going to be willing to weather the storm. So that's what that shows. It shows perseverance, and it shows like being in it for the long term. So if you've been struggling with your partner, if you feel like maybe there's like things that they haven't opened up to you about and that you need to talk about, it seems to me as if you'll be willing to work with it for the long term. And you're looking at this as like a long-term thing as opposed to like a short-term thing. Next, we have the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is an interesting card because it literally represents a stalemate. So it's like nothing's really happening. It represents kind of stagnation and not knowing like which way to move. But the good thing about the Two of Swords is that usually once that happens, yeah, there's not really like a real solution to the problem, so to speak. But once that is coming out and once that happens, it usually represents that you're going on a new path and a more calm path. So with the Devil, it seems like there's some kind of stuff that you're not aware of, whether it's between you or your guy or your partner, whoever it is. But the Two of Swords, it seems like, yeah, that's not really going to be resolved. Something comes to light, there's not really a solution to it, but you decide to just like keep going on. And this is actually a good card because it means that the energy is changing. The last card we picked for you guys is the Hermit. So the Hermit is about looking within, and it's about taking the needed time to reflect and really get back to yourself and get back to your passions. So with the Eight of Wands, I told you that there would be a change and that it would come suddenly. It seems as if there's going to be some talk about your relationship or some stuff is going to shift and change for you. Once that change happens, you're going to want to kind of retreat back to yourself and look back within and start doing things that you love again. So maybe you've been kind of putting your partner first instead of putting yourself first, and that has to change. And that has to change in order for you to have a happy relationship in the first place. So the Eight of Wands suggests to me you're going to throw yourself into your passions, into your goals, into your reflection, and however that shows up for you, I would see that as a very positive thing because that's the energy that you need in order to have a balanced and stable relationship in the first place. So group three, what I would say is take the time to focus on yourself. There might be a lot of other stuff going on in your life and it might seem a little bit difficult or a little bit challenging, but this is telling you that if you focus on yourself and if you stay clear-headed and logical and calm throughout all of this, then it's going to be totally fine and you're going to get through it and become a stronger person. So I wish you all the best and let me know if you have any questions. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching today. So as a special treat, I wanted to give you an additional clarification. I have pulled some cards from the Energy Oracle deck that I also use. So again, this is group 1, group 2, and group 3, and I'm going to quickly give you some clarifying cards. So group 1, the 2 cards I pulled for you are Broken Heart and Adjacent Possibilities. So let's start with the Broken Heart card. The Broken Heart card signifies that you are going through a difficult time. So, after listening to this reading, it does seem like there is something going on where you need to learn to accept love. And if the love that you're getting is not the right love for you, you need to be willing to walk away. So this is what the Broken Heart signifies, but I want you to know that you have adjacent possibilities. So a lot of times in our life, we actually have different opportunities available to us, whether it's with different people or different paths, and it's very important not to get stuck. So group 1, it seems like you're in a place right now where you might be feeling a little bit stuck or a little bit like going through the old repetitive ways. But you're going to want to lift your head up, look around, and see what's going on, because there are other possibilities available to you, and this is a very strong card. So this suggests to me that something needs to shake up. Once you find the right path for you, then go at it with full force, because there are other possibilities available to you, and you just need to stay clear-minded, stay focused, and go down the right path. Ask yourself very critically, what are the other opportunities available to me, and how can I make the most of them? Okay, so group 2. Group 2, we pulled 2 cards for you. So here I have the Angel of Love and the Healer of the Ages. So let's go through the first one. So the Angel of Love is a beautiful card. It's all about having possibility come into your life in the form of a new love interest. Or if you're in a relationship, it means that there's some kind of new breath of life that's coming in. So group 2, it's funny because the rose quartz also symbolizes love, and look at all of the love that we're getting here. So wherever your relationship is now, it seems like it's going to shift into a very positive place. Or if you're single, as I said in the reading, it seems like someone new is going to come into your life. So have your heart open, be ready for it. It's an amazing opportunity. Just be ready and waiting, and when that person comes to you, accept them with your full heart, because that's what's going to be necessary in order to get the most out of this love. And then here, sorry, it's hard to pick up these cards. Here we have the Healer of the Ages. And the Healer of the Ages card is all about healing. If you've been through a difficult time, group 2, then you are going to be able to heal from it, and you'll be able to put the past in the past and focus wholly on the future, which is super important. And it seems like the way that you're going to heal is through love and through having this person in your life. So I would say this is an awesome reading and awesome love stuff coming up for you, group 2. Okay, group 3. So group 3, I pulled some interesting cards for you guys. I got Hostilities and the Sun. So the first one, Hostilities, seems to me like you and your partner, or the person who you're engaging in some kind of romantic relationship with, are going to have some harsh words exchanged, and it's going to seem a little bit difficult and a little bit like, oh my gosh, this is so hard and why am I doing this? However, don't leave it at that place, because you also got the Sun, which I mentioned to you in your reading. There's going to be a change coming up for you guys, and the change is going to be quite a big one, and it's going to be quite a significant one, right? So what you're going to want to think about is bringing a new energy into your life of creativity and focusing on yourself. The Sun is all about new possibilities. It's all about creativity, really throwing yourself into that. And once you're on that path, nothing can stop you. So group 3, definitely, if there are hard words exchanged in your relationship, it's okay, but make sure that you move past that. Channel that energy into something positive and something creative, because if you are able to do that, then you're going to be on an amazing path. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching today. I truly hope that this reading gave you a little bit more clarification and what's next for you in your love life. So thank you so much. I hope you have a great day. Please leave me a big thumbs up if you like this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel below. All right, thank you guys. Bye.